And then Ronaldo!
Nice play, solid player, smooth on the ball play, you know, spicy player. I'm back with another video. This one, game week 1. I'm really excited because the top leagues in Europe are back, so that means a whole lot of teams competing, a whole lot of rewards that I can be looking out for over the holiday season or the off season when the leagues were closed and everything. We had the MLS, the J1, the K1 league, as well as some of the South American leagues that were playing. So what I did is I just went in, I competed in all those other leagues, and I got a few rewards that I'm going to be opening now in this video. Then we're just going to get into the results for game week 1 ever since this new Sorare Pro launched, and then we're also going to be building our starting lineup for game week 2. So it's quite an exciting journey. Premier League has been exciting. Okay, as you can see there, I got a couple of coins. Can't say exactly for what these coins were, but a couple of coins in the bag. Alright, it's 100 coins, and then we got a threshold in cap to 40. So the mission here was to get 270 points. So you can see there the squad brought back 300 points, so that means guaranteed a $2 threshold. So we got our first cap to 40 $2 threshold over there. Then we went again, cap to 40, there was another $2 threshold. So in that squad there we got 289. Yes, I will show you all the squads where I got these thresholds in and how they performed. And then last but not least, there was another threshold which was also capped to 40, and there we got 279 points. So for all three of these ones, I just strictly went for the 270 threshold, but in total I got about $6 in the off season. I got a box here, I don't know what it is, but we'll just see what we got in this box. So it's a limited basic. Alright, so now game week 1, and this is what the squad brought back. So you'll see it right at the top. We start with cap 250s, and this was a special for the week. So basically here I could just mix anyone from all over around the world within the cap of 250, see who starts, who plays the game, how many minutes whoever gets, and have an idea of how I was going to go into the season from this game week 1, right? So these 3 cap 250 lineups were where I actually really put those players that were doubtful, so I can come back and check what they did. So like for instance, Pepe Reina, who's currently playing for Como, there was news of Pau Torres going to Como that broke down, so I don't know what happened ever since, but I knew that Pepe Reina was going to be the second goalkeeper or the backup goalkeeper. So I had him in here because when the Pau Torres news broke down, is it Pau Torres or Pau Lopez? Pau Lopez, must be Pau Lopez. Yeah, when the Pau Lopez news broke out, I decided, okay, Pepe Reina might be playing because I don't think Como is going to use their backup or all the keepers they came from before they were promoted to Serie A. So I know that they were not going to use those players. So the instinct here was just to check if Pepe Reina was, and yes, Pepe Reina did come in, he did play. Unfortunately, they were playing against Juventus. He conceded 3 goals, and that was very bad. But then I'm not going to go through every contribution these players did here. One outstanding player I had here was Simon Adingra. So Simon Adingra initially fell to the bench because of Minte on the right wing for Brighton, and Minte had a good pre-season. He started this first game against Everton. Damn, what a sub Adingra was. Super sub. So Adingra got subbed on, made a few runs, made a few positive passes and everything, and then Adingra ended up getting an assist and then a goal, which I was very excited for, but I was not really excited because I doubted Adingra was going to start instead of Minte. So I pushed him to the cap 250 teams, and that's why I was here with 73 points, which is not a train smash at the end of the day, but I would have loved to have him in one of my Premier League teams, and you will understand why I say that. Okay, when I do go down to my Premier League team, I wish I had Jason Steele, Ilanga, and Danny Welbeck in the same team. So instead of Bailey there, I wish I had Danny Welbeck there, because then automatically that would have been plus 120 minus that 37. But yeah, you get the idea. It would have been a big score, right? So again with Welbeck, I was not too sure if he was going to start, because he's playing in a position where he's fighting with Ferguson, João Pedro, and Jorginho Rutter joined Brighton now as well. So that position is a bit tricky, but I did see him get a lot of game time in the preseason, and he looked very sharp, very positive, which is a thing that makes me think now, like, for the next few game weeks, Welbeck is going to get that game time, and he might bring back more positive performances. Okay, so as you can see with the Premier League, I have my alpha team, I have my hybrid team, and the beta team. So the beta team is everybody who's doubtful, the hybrid team is my second option team, and the alpha team is the main team, right? So in the alpha team, what I tried to do was stack Nottingham Forest with Aston Villa and the Brighton goalkeeper. I knew Steele was definitely going to start because Verbruggen is currently injured, but the problem here is I know Verbruggen is coming back, and I need to make a plan with this Jason Steele card. While he is still at a certain value, he did rise in value, right? Because he's back in the starting lineup and everything. So I have two Jason Steeles, and I am still deciding if I'm selling both or if I'm only going to sell one Jason Steele card. But yeah, my plan here is to sell the Jason Steele cards, or sell one Jason Steele card and bring in another Premier League goalkeeper. I already got Johnstone, but he's currently not in any of the squads because he is currently cast aside at Crystal Palace. So there were news that he's about to leave the club. I don't know how true that is, but we'll just have to wait and see until the deadline day and see what happens around there. Okay, so that was the Premier League teams for here, and Ilanga had a pretty good game, created a few chances, was unfortunate to not get an assist or a goal. Leon Bailey on the other side, unfortunately got subbed off in the 70th minute for Jaden Philogene. Guys, the $6 I got now, I know that I want to work on my top 5 league defenders, which I'm just going to go for Premier League defenders because I know I'll use them in the Premier League squads and the champion squads. But directly after that, I am getting a Jaden Philogene card because I've been waiting for this card for the longest time. Jaden Philogene currently playing at Aston Villa. He is initially from Aston Villa, then they sold him to Hull City. He had an outstanding season at Hull City, scored one of the wonder goals. Like, I will link that goal somewhere here, but I'm not just getting him for the goal. Like, this guy's ball control, his touch on the ball, his take on the ball, everything, I see him as one for the future. So my idea is either I'm gonna get him in the beginning. If the card comes out and he's super expensive, then what I am then going to do is just wait. I know he's gonna bench at Aston Villa. He's going to be coming off the bench because they got pretty good wingers there, and Leon Bailey is one of their positions. I already got Leon Bailey in that position, so I know he's going to bench. Then we're moving forward to the champion teams, and the champion teams problem I had here, I had faith in Coffee, who recently moved from Angus to Lens, and I thought I was hoping that he would be the starting goalkeeper, but I think with the coach and everything that's happening, he's still just trying out Samba and Coffee at the moment. So I'm waiting to see, and I just want to see if he's going to start that game or not. But other than that, I wasn't expecting Tosin to start. I don't know why I have him in that team, because Captain Musa Tamari got a good few minutes. I'm happy for that. Noslin, a lot of people said he would bench, but I was confident that he would start. And then Thomas Partey. So going back to my Premier League team, I wish I had still Thomas Partey, Ilanga, and Welbeck in the same team. That way we would have reached a threshold. I'm pretty confident of that, because that would have been a whole lot of points. The only downfall would have been the defenders, and you see that's the problem I mentioned. I need to get some defenders. So with the defenders and the $6 we got now, my plan is to get Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's currently still on the bench, new West Ham signing. So I know that Wan-Bissaka is going to be a monster at West Ham. He's going to get the game time, and it's not like United where game time is on and off. Once he establishes himself on the right back position there, I think he's going to bring in really good points. So then next to Aaron Bissaka, I saw someone who goes for a really good price, very underrated price, is Julian Araujo, who recently moved from Barcelona to Bournemouth, but he was loaned out to Las Palmas, and that's where he had an amazing season. That's actually also where I scouted and I spotted him. I kept an eye on him, but at the time he was kind of expensive. So right now is the perfect time, because he's just going for over $1. So I don't think I'll pay a lot of money there, but definitely going for that guy. And then yeah, so the idea was to see who's gonna start, and I know none of these are my best teams here. So my best team would be Nadim Amiri, who didn't have a fixture this week, along with Musa Tamari, and then one of the strongest starting goalkeepers obviously. And then defensive position, I have a whole lot of defenders that are just not performing. He got a red card, he's currently still out, he got injured, and he's on the bench. We don't know if he's going to start or not. He currently got injured. So currently my only playing defender is Matt Doherty. Champion side of things, I just have to reshuffle everything, but other than that, I'm really happy with Santiago Castro. I'm really happy with everybody else, and now we have an idea of who is on the injury list, who's out, who's not playing, who's not starting, who's coming off the bench. So I do think, yeah, I'll see who else I can get rid of, just so I have enough money for another challenger goalkeeper, right? But my plan is, I know these two play for the same team, so the thing here is, if the one benches, I know I'm already covered with the other one, right? So here I'm looking at Bachman, who's playing for, is it Bachman? Yeah, I'm looking at Bachman, who's playing for Watford. I'm looking at Stijn van Gissel, who's playing at NEC in the Eredivisie, and I'm looking like these are low budget goalkeepers. I do not have this for goalkeepers, you understand? So I'm going for low budget goalkeepers, and yeah, I will replace him in due time, that I do know. And moving on to challenger, so you'll see challenger, I have two Bruins, right? I had one Bruin Sills last season. I copped him for a really low price. He went up, but I was like, nah, Bruin is a good performer, I'm not letting him go, right? And then this season I copped another Bruin, like he was way undervalued, so I went all in Bruin. So that value I got him for, like, I think it was like $1 or something, just over $1. And last season I saw Bruin go up to over $20. So the idea is anywhere between 10 and 15 that the other Bruin is going, you understand? And that's also an idea for me to cover that challenger goalkeeper problem I said I have. So as soon as I get to sell one of the Bruins, then I'm replacing that challenger goalkeeper right there, as well as Bradley Collins is also going. But ultimately, contender performances, contender, I really expected nothing. I'm not even gonna lie, expected nothing in contender, except for my expectation was that all three goalkeepers were definitely gonna start, and to my surprise, all three goalkeepers definitely blanked. Like, they did not start, which is understandable because they were not playing league football. They were playing in the cups, and usually in the cups coaches rotate for the other goalkeepers. I wasn't paying attention to that. I did not really worry about the contender teams because I know there's a whole lot of lacking going on here, and I am not planning to sort it out. I'm just planning to sell out, get a few bucks, and rebuild this whole contender squad. So for this season, I have one in-season team which is in contender, and that would only be up until October, and after that I have 0 in-season team. So for this season, whatever rewards I get, I'm trying to build a champion in-season team first, and then convert the champion in-season team to strictly a Premier League in-season team, right? So that's one. And then the 2 is that I want to build a race squad. That's the 2. The 2 is that I want to build at least one in-season race squad, and that way we can compete for higher thresholds, right, on a weekly basis. I know that is going to take time. It's not something I rush. I think I'll probably only be able to do the race squad at the end of this season, which is not a problem. I am really okay with that. I can go for it, but as long as we can get it in season. So Premier League, we know that Sam Johnstone is out currently. Still is currently playing because Verbruggen is injured. McCarthy is playing. I think McCarthy will start again regardless of the error he created in the last game. I think that he will start again. Where's the last game? McCarthy didn't get 7-2 last game. Oh yeah, there it is. Got 17 in the last game. So still had a good shot. I am just not so confident about Steel. I don't know. Even that fixture against Man United, not nice. But I think Brighton can take on United. Honestly, I think Brighton can take on United. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go based on game week 1 performances, right? And I would say Forest had a pretty, I wouldn't say disappointing, but it wasn't convincing either. So I would say Forest had a pretty okay game week 1, and I think they will score goals against Southampton, but I'm just gonna go with this guy anyways because I think he has the best fixture out of all the other goalkeepers, right? So I'm going with Alex McCarthy. For the goalkeeper in the first Premier League team. And then defenders, okay, these will not be guaranteed because I still want to get in the ones I mentioned, but I'm just gonna go with what I can go for. So I went 100% Matt Doherty. And then midfielders, Danilo's out, broke his ankle. That was really disappointing because I really wanted him to play. Jacob Murphy, they're saying 100% start, which I doubt because there is your Harvey Barnes. I know Eddie Howe loves Jacob Murphy a lot, but to avoid the Harvey Barnes and Jacob Murphy thingy going on there, I decided to go with Thomas Partey, right? Okay, yeah, so then you'll see this is our first classic Premier League team, and everybody got 100% starting lineup scores. I'm hoping that's how it's going to play out, but yeah, that's what it is. And just to choose a captain, my captaincy here is okay. Then up next we're going with our Premier League hybrid team. So this is the second team, and in post we're starting with Jason Steele, followed by Matty Cash. And midfielders will be Tavernier then, definitely. Where is he? Okay, midfielders, I'm going with Tavernier. And then forwards, I am going to stack the Brighton forwards. Okay, actually, let me not stack the Brighton forwards. I am going with Ilanga. Where's Ilanga? So I'm going with Ilanga instead of Adingra, and then captain would then obviously now be Ilanga. I thought he'd be injured, but I saw that it looks like he's okay. He doesn't have that bad. Champion, I now see that I have 2 definite starting goalkeepers because Vincent Guaita's still injured, so Ivan Villa is going to start there, and they have 2 fixtures in this game week, right? So So that makes it easier for me, and I am just going with Tajani Noslin. So then Captain Nadim Amiri, and that's what the first champion squad is going to look like. So obviously we know there we need to replace Wan Bissaka, Araujo, or Calvin Bassey. Whoever comes through between those three defenders that I'm keeping an eye on right now. Okay, so second champion team looking like this. And okay, I just want to remove that guy there and bring in Tariq Lamptey. I know he's currently still injured, but he's a good pick because I did see him out on the grass again. And then Ducori up there, I know he's definitely going to start. Again, I'm going to go for our second Musa Tamari. And I am going to mix him with Santiago Castro. Yes, Castro. I'm mixing him with Santiago Castro. So that then there would be the second champion team. Captain here would be Musa Tamari against PSG. It's possible. It's possible. Can give him that. Napoli, PSG. He plays on the wing. He plays as the center forward. Okay, let's give it to Castro. Just a wild card. Give the captain. Okay, so based on Champion and Premier League, those are the two main teams that I'm looking at on a weekly basis. And currently this is just a rough draft of how I do want to line up for the coming weeks. And then I have one in-season team that I said is in the contender. I'm not going to line it up here. That squad is already set, and I'm just going to move over and show you my entire squad list for the week. Right, so starting from the bottom, this is my entire squad list for the week. Game week 3, really excited for game week 3. Have an idea of who's gonna play now and who's not gonna play. And for contender, this is how my squad looks, right? So this is my in-season team here. This is the team I expect to bring money rewards, and as you can see, these are the thresholds, how everything looks. So for first place there, it's $100, and the squad, will they take me first? I don't know, but yeah, currently I'm in season division 4 and first place. But yeah, this is my in-season squad. This is the only squad that's competing for cash rewards, and I'm just gonna go back there. Okay, so then the rest of the 3 contender teams are just classic in-season contender teams, and the rewards, they are strictly cards, right? So okay, let's see. First lineup there is the alpha team, so I do think everybody there is gonna start. And then here, the only person that's doubtful in this team is Amadou Bakayoko. As for the rest of them, I've seen him start, except he benched the last game, so waiting to see what happens there. And then the third team is the doubtful guys, except Remy Vitas in both my squads there. So you see I have 2 Remy Vitas because I know that he will start. And then this guy, I'm waiting on this guy. I'm waiting on Homa. I'm waiting on Shion Homa. Decent player. Make sure you do check out Shion Homa. Nice player, solid player, smooth on the ball player, spicy player. But yeah, Shion Homa is the guy I really waiting on. I know that he's been benching ever since he moved from Brugge to Sorare Reds, and he's been benching, coming off the bench and everything. That's why he's in my 3rd beta team. Not so confident about that player team, but up until he makes his statement in the starting lineup, proper player. But that doesn't matter because the season is gonna end anyways. Okay, moving on to Challenger. This is what we do go for Challenger. So we learned a lesson with the goalkeepers, and thank God Brad Guzan is back, so he's gonna help out with my goalkeeper. So I did not line up Evo this week because I do know that Adam Davies is the starting goalkeeper, right? And then the Adam Davies squad is Alvaro Barrial, not getting the captain umbel this time, giving it to Dan James because I saw he has an easy fixture. Who's he playing? Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, he's playing Sheffield Wednesday. So I know that he has an easy fixture there, and he might just pull off proper decent points there. And then Ogbene at Luton, you know that whether he scores, whether he doesn't score, he makes those proper contribution, wins the balls, tracks back, proper passes, cross balls, those kind of things. So Ogbene, nice player. And then Caligari, I got, so last 3 games he started, brought back really decent rewards. And over Ngakia, I just chose him. I think he will play, and everything else they will be sharp. And then Talis Magno, I need to check before this deadline locks what's happening with him, if he's injured or not. I'm not sure, but he's been benching for the last 2 games. But he moved from New York City straight to Corinthians, went straight into the starting lineup, got rewards, got everything. And I will show you, I had him lined up in other squads, one of the squads that brought back the $2. So he had a situation there, a really good situation to mention. And yeah, everything's been going there. And then Romain Esse scored a goal last game. He started, didn't score a goal, but he's getting the captaincy because he's playing a really shaky team right now, right? Brad Guzan, okay, that is my challenger teams. And then the third team, I'm not even going to talk about a lot. Those are all doubters. I'm waiting to see what happens with them. So the plan is still to come back before the deadline and just maneuver like I said, I need to work on these defenders and everything. So this will be the champion then, and then moving on to Premier League, this will be the Premier League tournaments. So for me, that is game week 3. Alpha and my hybrid teams, I'm just patiently waiting to see what I do get. But like I said, really excited for this game week. Sorry, sometimes. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm just happy football season is back. I can lay back, watch the games, everything sorted.